dudes to be like, bro, I'm gutter, I'm this, I'm that. Man, I had a perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a 3-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay.
A bad is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch. You know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
You know, and it's a lot of women who are bad. And I say bitches in a way, not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
Now, a lot of women, now the kickback of that is be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet for the man and handle his business. You know, that's what they say. Or I'm gonna be vulnerable. I'm gonna be submissive to a man and handle his business. That's what they're gonna say. So what is your?
But it's ways to do it. And I'm not just about to sit up here and beat up my queens.
No, I ain't saying like that yet.
But I'm also gonna also tell the men to start being men, bro.
Absolutely.
Like, that suck should not be rewarded.
And what's suck? So,
you know, when a person carries himself social media wise, and it's a fraud in real life.
okay.
You know, it's more to it. Every person that got money, every person who's rich isn't a real one.
Let's get in it. What's good? This is JTE Entertainment, where we focus on money, business, finance, relationships. We bundle those things in together because we want to change the culture and we want to change that mindset. What you just saw was the clip of Cam Newton on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, episode 161. I have a link for that down in the description box so y'all can check out the whole video, and I highly recommend that y'all check out the full video and not just react off a minute or two clip. So that clip that you just saw was Cam describing what a baddie is versus what a woman is. And I'm gonna get my take on it in a minute, but for now, let's go right to these comments. So I'm just gonna read a few of them off. I thought they were kind of funny. I'm sure his mother is very proud. One dude said, I love a woman who can't cook because they get so easily impressed with my cooking. Catering to a man's needs. Pleased with this nonsense. One guy said, I've always questioned the intellect of people who wear hats indoors. I think this is more of a toboggan, so I don't think I qualify for that one. Who's taking advice from a dude with 5 out of wedlock kids? Ooh, that hurt. He wants a woman that can cook. NFL teams wants a guy that can actually play quarterback. I guess we can't always get what we want. Okay. That's enough of the comments. So I'm still trying to find out what the big uproar is. I think a lot of it is due to the fact that Cam has 7 kids total, and I don't think he's married. And if he is married, I don't think he married the baby mother that had the first 4. Anyway, I'm not too sure about his personal life. He had 7 kids, something we gotta comment. And also that this dude is not having kids with a woman. It seems like he's having kids with baddies, right? So I think that's kind of what the uproar is, though. But back to this topic. Did he say anything wrong? Like, honestly, he wants a woman that can cater to him, a woman that can cook, right? And let's look at it from his perspective for a second. This guy has money. So the woman is coming into a situation to where He's a provider, he's a protector, and there's a lot of security in that. So if he's asking for, take some of the stress off of me, be a helpmate, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. And I don't know, I think catering and submission, even though he didn't say submission in there, I've seen submission be thrown around like it's a degrading term, like a wife is supposed to submit to her husband. And when people hear that, they just go, ah! In the Bible, it says a wife is supposed to submit to the husband, and it also says the husband is supposed to submit to the wife. Actually, it says for the husbands to love the wife as Christ loved the church and gave up his life for her. I have to give up my life for you, and it's an issue for you to go in there and cook? It's an issue for you to be quiet? It's an issue for you to let me lead? But let me stop. But honestly, I think the biggest issue is that Cam was saying this. He got 7 kids, ain't married, or had a lot of kids out of wedlock, either or. And he's up here saying this message of how he wants a woman versus a baddie. That's just like a preacher having his girlfriend, his wife, and his side chick in the front pew, but he wants to preach to us about adultery. Kind of runs flat. But I do know what he means about boss chicks. These ladies post every day reminding you that they're a boss chick, that they don't need a man, and a man needs to come at them with the same type of income or more, because they're not going to respect you. And I'm going to be honest with you. Generally speaking, men don't look at the income that you bring. The things men do care about is, honestly, if you can cook, if you can help out at the house, if you can bring peace, and if you can be a helpmate. I've never seen a dude choose a woman based off of her income. Never. And I think these boss chicks, they got it backwards because they strive to be what they want in a man, but that's not what that man wants. So my grandparents were very traditional. My mom's dad and my dad's dad, they both worked outside the house and they worked hard, and their wives stayed home. And I saw my grandmama, she maintained the house. She had a meal cooked for us every single day. It was a very rare occasion where we went out to eat when I was with them. And in the house that I grew up, my mom is a remarkable entrepreneur. She hustles hard, and my dad, he works hard as well. But mostly every night, my mom still cooked a meal. It was, I'll say this, I did not know what Roman noodles was until I went to college. I kid you not. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Is it Roman noodles or ramen noodles? Anyway, I didn't know what them things were until I was out on my own in college, and I saw my friends cooking, and I was like, yo, what's this delicacy? But let's break this down. There's a hierarchy in a Christian marriage. I'll just say that because most of the people claim to be Christians in the United States, and I just want to break it down in a Christian perspective, and that I'm a Christian as well. So this is the perspective that I'm thinking of. It goes God, husband, wife, kids, right? So we kind of set this standard in our household, like, yo, when I get home, I'm gonna make sure my wife good, and I'm gonna check on the kids. And then it's the same with my wife, like, yo, I'm gonna make sure my husband good, and then I'm gonna check on the kids later. Like, we have that hierarchy. We don't say that I don't come to a meeting like, yo, your mom is more important than you. I establish how the hierarchy is, and I want them to see an example of what a biblical marriage should be. I don't want them getting old and getting married, but yet they still go to mommy first instead of going to the wife first, because that's what they'll be used to seeing. I want them to be like, yo, no, my dad, he tended to my mom first. I saw how he cared for my mom. I saw how he took care of my mom. And my daughter, on the other hand, my daughter, I saw how my mom catered to my dad. I saw how my mom treated my dad. I saw how my mom talked to my dad. This is how I need to talk. This is how I need to address. This is how I need to be a helpmeet. I just think it's kind of ironic that women want men to be all of these things, 6 figures, being able to be the ultimate provider, provide security, this and that. But when we ask about cooking or cleaning, all of a sudden they're gender neutral roles. Anybody can cook, anybody can clean. But yes, if I'm doing all of this, what are you doing? Just sitting at the house looking good? But what do you guys think? Let me know down at the bottom. Do y'all think I'm a chauvinist just like Cam? Or do you think that Cam actually had a point when he was saying these things? This is JTE Entertainment, and I'm out.